everybody. So nice to see all your smiling faces. Welcome to this special night, as together we honor the sacrifices made by those who have fought and defended the freedom we all enjoy today. I would like to respectfully acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional, unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq Nation and recognize the continuing presence of First Nations and Mi'kmaq people in this region. So tonight, we will pay tribute to the many men and women who have selflessly given of themselves to serve our country. The poppies you see on display here are an enduring symbol of remembrance and have been beautifully handcrafted by caring volunteers and residents of Oakwood Terrace Nursing Home. Many hours and loving hands have been spent creating and sewing on each poppy that you see hanging here. And we hope that this evening it will cause you to pause and reflect on why we should never forget the significant contributions that many have made for our country. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage the performers for your opening act as we start off tonight's show with songs about our military.
March along.
wings over the navy, sailing the southern skies. I'd like to introduce tonight our MC for the show. All the way from Seaside FM is Ken Sanders. We're going to welcome to the stage. And Ken is a retired member of both the Canadian Forces and the RCMP. Originally from Vancouver, Ken joined the CF in 1978 as an aircraft weapons technician, working on the CF-104 Starfighter and CB-140 Aurora, where he later joined the military intelligence branch as an intelligence operator. He had postings to Cold Lake, Alberta, Greenwood, Nova Scotia, Borden, Ontario, and here in Halifax, the Maritime Forces Atlantic Headquarters, and finally at the National Defence Headquarters in Ottawa. In 2000, Ken retired from the Canadian Forces to work as the technical director of a research company in Halifax. In 2008, he joined the RCMP as a civilian member, where he served as a civilian technical specialist. And his service included 6 years with the RCMP Special I Branch, responsible for technical support to the electronic surveillance program in Nova Scotia. Ken retired from the RCMP in 2022, and now is an announcer on Seaside FM and a guide at the Shearwater Aviation Museum. So please welcome Ken Sanders to our stage.
His passion for life has gained him international recognition as an award-winning singer-songwriter, a renowned motivational speaker, an accomplished athlete, and a consummate entertainer. His outstanding achievements in public service have earned him numerous awards, such as Country Music Awards, a Humanitarian Award, the Order of Canada, Canadian Disability Hall of Fame induction, honorary degrees, and the Queen's Silver and Diamond Jubilee medals, just to name a few. Terry has excelled in his artistic discipline and represented his country and province at the highest level. He was appointed a member of Team Canada Afghanistan and traveled to Afghanistan to perform for troops. In 2015, he was appointed to a 3-year position as honorary colonel of 14 Wing Greenwood. Terry continues to play an active role with his admirable work within the forces. This year, he was awarded a membership to the Veterans Association for his valued work and service for our military. In 2002, Terry released his most recognized inspirational song, A Pittance of Time. The intent in writing the song was to remind people to observe the 2 minutes of silence on Remembrance Day. The lyrics remind people of the sacrifices that the British Empire and Commonwealth forces made during the war for their freedom. Please give a warm welcome to Terry Kelly as he performs his beautiful song.
Thank you, Ken. Glad to be here. I just, Ken mentioned that when I went to Afghanistan, it sort of reminded me of something. So I flew over there in a big, comfortable jet to the middle of the desert. It was a secret place. Can't tell you where that was. And then we traveled from that secret place to Kandahar on a Hercules aircraft. Now, just for those of you who don't know, Hercules aircraft, they do not have a business class seat. Anyway, so that's just a side note. So we land in Kandahar, and I'm coming down the steps of the Herc, touch the tarmac, and General Rick Hilder walks over to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and says, "Kelly." I said, "Yes, General." He said, "By the way, you're on night patrol." I said, "It's very strategic of you, General." Anyway, you can tell that he's a good guy. And I don't think the keys are in the monitor. Please. Oh, okay. Okay, it's okay. So, here, this song is a song that I wrote for I was inspired by my surrogate parents who, when I grew up at the school for the blind in Halifax at the time, 9 months of the year from home. And these retired Army, Air Force, Navy people who were teachers and house parents were there. And then I think, I don't have the video now, but if you've seen the video, it's a true story. And the gentleman who was in the drugstore that day inspired this song. Well, actually, the little girl inspired the song because she was the real hero in this story. The song is for all of you in gratitude for our freedom and those who serve, sacrifice, and respond. And the families who were left at home are heroes as well. I think it's time.
Good morning, shoppers. At 11 o'clock on this 11th day of November, we'd like to invite you to share with us 2 minutes of silence in honor of our veterans.
They fought and some died for their homeland. They fought and some died. Now it's our land. Look at his little child. There's no fear in her
Terry Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Kelly.
Thank you. Brian, at the soundboard, there's no keyboard made up on it. The other Brian.
Since 1921, the poppy has stood as a national symbol of remembrance in recognition of the tremendous sacrifices of those who have served our country in times of war, military conflict, and peace. The poppy is worn each year during the remembrance period. Thanks to the many Canadians who choose to wear and display this little red flower, it has never died, and the memories of those who have fallen in battle remain strong. May our poppy display here tonight serve as a reminder why we should never forget. Terry Kelly and Chantal Beaulieu are going to pay tribute with this next song to those who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom. We will remember them.
Just plugging things in. Playing with, I like to play with wires. Okay. And Chantel, I don't think they know that you one of the person with 7,000 poppies. She did. 2 people with 7,000 poppies. Horse to be reckoned with. Okay, so, are you?
Will you think of me when the west wind blows among the fields of poppies? Will you speak my name, say a prayer for me as we walk the streets of home?
With our friends we marched in our innocence to fight for peace and country. The fear we know, over how we know, never spoke of war again.
As the whistles blew and our hearts were filled with thoughts of home and family.
Climbing from the trench over Top Still to run and then to fall. I never made the journey back home.
The mighty ground of Flanders kept me, but I know I'll see you again.
When we walk in fields of gold,
We'll walk
in fields of gold.
when the west wind blows among the fields of poppies, will you speak my name, say a prayer for me?
Let me walk in fields of gold.
We will walk in fields of gold.
We will walk in fields of gold.
This next medley of songs will be performed by crooner Ron Arsenault. Ron is a retired member of the Royal Canadian Navy. Joining in 1958, Ron served our country for 31 years. Tonight, we thank him for his service. For all the soldiers, yes, please. For all the soldiers, sailors, and airmen separated from their loved ones during World War II, solace was provided by the nostalgic yearnings for loved ones and home. Many of the wartime recordings that were made during this period spoke of dreaming of moments from yesterday. The medley you're about to hear speaks of dreaming for a place and time when World War II would end and sweethearts would be reunited.
Hello. If I wasn't here today, I'd be someplace else. Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do. Just let the smoke dreams float in the air. You'll find your share of memories there. So dream when the day is through. Dream and they might come true. Dream never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream, dream. Somebody's walking in my dream. That's why I'm talking in my dream. Someone keeps buttoning when I start cutting sheep. Someone keeps cutting in and cutting off my sleeve. Someone whose voice I recognize is of those confidential sighs. I may be crazy, but as crazy as it seems. Somebody's walking in my dreams, and it's you, dear. It's you who's walking in my dream. Well, what do you know? She smiled at me in my dream last night. My dreams are getting better all the time. And what do you know? She looked at me in a different light. My dreams are getting better all the time. To think that we were strangers a couple of nights ago. And though it's a dream I never dreamed she'd even say hello. Oh, maybe tonight I'll hold her tight when I'm moonbeam shine. My dreams are getting better all the time. Da da da. My dreams are getting better all the time.
Many musicians, such as the Andrews Sisters, contributed to the war effort. Some have said that troop entertainment was vital to winning the war. The entertainment served as a way of reminding troops what they were fighting for: home, safety, and freedom. With the U.S. entry into World War II, the Andrews Sisters began appearing frequently at military bases. They later traveled overseas to entertain the troops. During World War II, they hawked war bonds, entertained soldiers overseas, and boosted morale on the home front with tunes like "I Will Be With You" and "Apple Blossom Time." Although they were well established by the time the U.S. entered World War II, their optimistic tenor made them perfect boosters of the war effort, and in later years, they remained closely identified with the war years, remembered as wearing military uniforms and singing their signature song, "Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy." Tonight, we will pay tribute to their legacy with these timeless, familiar melodies.
Yeah.
o'clock. And when he says cuckoo, it means it's time to boo. Single time for all the lovers on the block. I've got a heavy date, a train at 8. So speak up, cuckoo, tell me if it's getting late. If I'm not time cuckoo, if I'm late cuckoo, my God, it's going to be I'm not too late. In Spain, they say, see, see. In France, you hear, oui. When the little Dutch girl says, yeah, yeah. choo-choo me home. Hey there, boy. Yes, 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 I'm back to Tennessee. Hey there, boy. Yes, 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 I'm on a one-way ticket on a Chattanooga choo-choo train. Hey, pardon me, boy. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo, choo-choo, right on track 29? My baby, I'm fine. Boy, you give me a shine. Give me a very good shine. There's gonna be a certain party at the station, all dressed up in satin and lace. Oh, what a funny face. I used to call her She's gonna ride till the town I'm letting go. So try to do the choo-choo, oh choo-choo me home.
Weren't they great? I heard somebody in the audience tell me that they looked fantastic. In 2020, Terry Kelly released a new song called No Sky Too High, which he co-wrote with 14-wing Greenwood bandmaster Jeff Campbell. This song was dedicated to the air arm of the Canadian Armed Forces. The song had already been recorded when two tragedies hit the Canadian Forces community. At the end of April, a cyclone helicopter crash off the coast of Greece resulted in the death of all 6 Canadian Forces members on board. And in May, another Canadian Forces member died after her Snowbird aircraft crashed near Kamloops, BC. It was after these events that the song took on a whole new meaning. Tonight, Terry will perform this song as we remember the names and service of the 7 Canadian Forces members we lost on those 2 tragic days. Sub-Lieutenant Abigail Calbrook, Captain Kevin Hagan, Captain Brendan McDonald, Captain Maxime Miron-Morin, Sub-Lieutenant Matthew Pike, Master Corporal Matthew Cousins, and Captain Jennifer Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Terry Kelly back to our stage.
Thank you. So ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the Air Force. But someone decided that might not be a good idea to have California. Anyway, I don't have time for this, but I do have a story of me flying airplane. All that said, so it's funny how life goes sometimes, and if you visualize something and you picture it as though it's already happening, which I've done in many dreams being in the Air Force. I was invited to be honorary colonel, as you heard earlier, down 14 Wing. So my first week there, an Aurora went off the runway. So my office started getting calls. Hey, is Terry flying today? So I think they may have just done that. So this song Jeff Campbell and I wrote this song because this is coming up next year is the centenary of the Canadian Air Force, and we wrote this to celebrate all the years that the Air Force has been flying. And we wanted to start way back when Icarus, when back in the Greek mythology, started the beginning of flying, and take it right up to today. And we had the good fortune of having Colonel Chris Hadfield give us some footage. We don't have it tonight, but if you go to my YouTube channel for No Sky Too High, you'll see the whole video. And Chris Hadfield gave us some footage of him in the spaceship. So we got from flying with wax and cloth all the way up to the airline for the space program. Here it is, No Sky Too High. sky and imagine the time when birds and celestials rule regions on high. When childlike fascination, unbridled imagination gave mortals the wings to fly. A story of flight tells of joy and lost life, progress, innovation, vulnerability, and might. Wooden wings, wax, and feathers to the flight plan forever, and the RCAF keeps that vision in sight. And there's no sky too high, no land that's no ocean too wide, no forest too far, or the bound for the stars. There's no sky too high. Stories unfold of families brave and bold, adding force to the Air Force, the service at home. All across the nation, there's pride and affection, and together we're away, where there's a stone. When nations are strong, we fight for adversity and operate as one. The pathway to the stars takes heads, guts, and heart, and the RCAF soars above and beyond. Above and beyond, there's no sky too high, and no land that's no ocean too wide, no forest too far, but we're bound for the stars. There's no sky too high. There's no sky too high. No, there's no sky too high. There's no sky too high. I like to remember that when we're shooting for goals and dreams, to make sure that everyone's mountain is different. So just because someone's mountain is higher than yours, it doesn't mean that your mountain's important. So whatever's high for you is to be honored. Am I just moving on?
Yeah.
Okay. So this next is a brand new song, just finished, just hot off the press. And I've been working with we have a thing called Operation Pittance of Time. And we kind of test drove it this year. And we are going to start, we're going to put a big push on it for next year, we're going to start the season of those who serve, respond, and sacrifice. And that includes, because after writing A Pittance of Time, I realized that there are a lot of first responders, police officers, firefighters, people who drive the ambulance. Anybody here tonight who might be in those roles? If you are, stand up and show all these people who you are. Let's give them our applause. So if you serve anyway, if you serve, respond, sacrifice. Wow. Very people. Thank you for your service. So, wrote this song. I thought, how can we, oh yeah, so back to the season of veteran, season of those who serve, respond, and sacrifice. And it's going to run from September 11th to November 11th. And this year, we did an opening, actually at the Peace Arch out in BC, which is right on the border of the States and Canada. And so we had firefighters and police officers and servicemen, men and women, and we started it. But next year, hopefully, it will be big. And the way we want to make it all unfold is that the chorus of the song goes, thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. It could be cadets, could be anyone who serves in any way. So once you we'll get this thing going. You can look at those 30 people who just stood up and give them a thumbs up as we unfold. So this is for all of you, and for actually all of us, because we serve sometimes on the home front as well. And here it is, Heroes of the Home Front. Oh, can we just stop that for a second? We're in a different key here, I'm just gonna change. Reboot the piano. Just little computers and pianos. I'll tell you, that was in a higher key, and you would have heard me go. Painful. Well, maybe you might like that. We can try that. Okay, here it is. This is called Heroes of the Home Front. Touchdown, returning heroes homeward bound. Salutes and handshakes all around. Their loved ones standing by. Tears of joy flow as little ones into loving arms. So thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Lower the flags, raise our glasses high. When troops are called to go, home front heroes serve at home. So thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Home front heroes play many roles. Like troops face demons, scars and foe. Their selfless hearts and will to serve. Their strength to fight the fear. Despite the pain, they come to grow. It's alright for others to share the load. So thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Lower the flags, raise our glasses high. When troops are called to go, home front heroes serve at home. So thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Road back home is bittersweet. With talk and time comes healing and peace. Comrades, families, trusted friends grow hope and will to live. There's joy in knowing someone cares, who share the burden that they bear. Shoulder to shoulder, forever strong. They are home from the heroes, one and all. Thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Raise the flags, lift our glasses high. When troops no longer go, home front heroes serve at home. So thumbs up for the heroes of the home front. Everybody thumbs up.
Aren't those two songs amazing? We want to thank Terry Kelly for sharing his music with us tonight. It's just an honor to have him part of this evening's performance. I want to introduce some of the band members on this stage who have served or are still serving our country. Curtis George Wagner here in the middle, playing trumpet for you. He's serving as an officer in the reserves, as well as a member of the 12-Ring Pipes and Drums Band. And last year, he was sitting in the audience and saw us up here trying to do this to tracks. And he came up to me after the show and said, "Chantal, how would you like a live band to back up next year?" And I said, "Why not?" The band. His mom on the drums, by the way. And our trombone player, he just jumped in last weekend. We get lots of rehearsal. But Olin Richard is here playing your bass guitar. And Olin has served for 37 years in the Army, Navy, and Air Force as a military police with tours across Canada, Europe, Bermuda, and the Arctic Circle, just to name a few. And then Jim Francis here on the tenor sax. He served for 26 years in the Navy, playing 19 of those years with the Staticona Band, with tours across Europe, including Normandy. Ray, did you serve? Is that what you're saying?
32 years.
32, see, I just went out 32 years. And Linda, the drummer, was in the Navy. We had our first group rehearsal last week, so I didn't get a chance to share that. But this next song, Jim Francis and I would like to dedicate to the many men and women who are serving in peacekeeping missions, as well as assisting in natural disasters around the world and at home. For the men and women who are presently serving away from home, our prayers will continue to be with them. I want to particularly dedicate this song to my own son, Dallas Long, who is training for Latvia, his first deployment. He surprised me with coming home yesterday, and they were on basically training duty, and he showed me the blister on his heel. It's about that big around, about that thick, from all them marching with their kit getting ready for that deployment. And then there's Rod Little here from Seaside. Rod Little. I just want to mention his daughter as well as serving away, and I told him I'd make a special mention. So with the chaos and uncertainty in our world, let these lyrics from this timeless song say it best, although we'll play it instrumentally. It says, "I'll pray you be our eyes and watch us where we go and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer as we go our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe." And that's our prayer for all of our troops.
two of the best saxophone players that I have ever heard. In 1942, the world was at war, and many longed for peace and a sense of normalcy. As the war dragged on, people searched for faith and hope to get them through the dark days. It was during this same year that this next song reached #1 on the US best-selling records chart. Its lyrics encouraged the world to trust that better days would come.
A heart that's true, there are such things I dream for two. There are such things, someone to whisper, darling, you're my guiding star, not caring what you owe, but just what you are. A peaceful sky, there are such things, a rainbow high, where heaven sings. So have a little faith and trust in what tomorrow brings. You'll reach a star because there are such things. A heart that's true, there are such things, a dream for two, there are such things, someone to whisper, darling, you're my guiding star, not caring what you owe, but just what you are. A peaceful sky, there are such things, a rainbow high, where heaven sings. So have a little faith and trust in what tomorrow brings. You'll reach a star because there are such things. You'll reach a star because there are such things.
Music played a major role during World War II. It was the first war to happen in the age of electronically mass-distributed music. The role of music during this time helped keep positive spirits among people all around the world. It affected the way people coped and the way people grieved. While this era was a very serious and bleak time, people still found an escape through music. This next song embodies the swing and jazz sounds that helped many celebrate the joy of music.
Thank you.
But first I'd like to introduce our Deputy Mayor, Sam Austin, who is also Councillor of District 5. And I just wanted to say one thing about Sam. He might not know this, but I've seen him in the community for years. I've lived in Dartmouth for 25. And I work at Oakwood Terrace, and one thing about Sam, whenever we would have like a volunteer appreciation or anything that required people's presence from our politicians to be present, he'd always be the first to say yes, and always was present in his community, just always go an extra mile serving. And I'm just so grateful that he's still part of our councillor district. And anytime I've emailed, I get a straight response. So we are so grateful he came, and maybe we'll invite him to the stage. And we just want to acknowledge all the volunteers that have participated in this project. And I know I had asked to email if you were coming to email, so hopefully I have enough certificates, but if not, I will get them to you. But if you have helped in any capacity, whether it was making them, sewing them on, helping to install them, could you stand? And you know, a community, it takes a community of many people, many hearts, many hands to keep us connected, to be involved in projects that are so important. And at Oakwood Terrace, we have many volunteers that help us care for the needs of our residents, whether it's coming for one-on-one visits, whether it's helping with shows. All these performers tonight are volunteering their time to help put this together. But we're just so grateful for the community and give so much.
If I may, just for a moment, I just want to extend a big thanks to everyone who's been involved in this project. It was a couple of years ago now that you reached out saying, could we hang some poppies in Sullivan's Pond? And everyone at Parks and Rec, it was very enthusiastically met, the idea, and up the poppies went. And I think there's kind of no better kind of indication for what something kind of means to people when you can't go past there without people taking pictures. Even out here, just with the setup for tonight's show, I was passing by this today, and there's people out taking pictures. So this whole display has been an incredible gift to the community as a whole, and I know it's appreciated by many folks. So, you know, my personal thanks, along with thanks from the mayor and everyone on council for this wonderful gift.
So first we're going to call for George and present his certificate of appreciation. He's my sewer. He sews them on the wedding. And we'll get a picture. Next I'll call his wife Marie. And Marie also helps me organize volunteers and help us sew them on. Because not only do we have to sew them on one by one, we have to mend them at the end of each year, so it's a lot of hours sewing each one. And next I'll call Mildred Jackman. Okay, right. Mildred also is a great helping to sew them. She knits them, crochets them, and just a lovely volunteer of both ways. Next, I'll call Helen Brown. And Helen also helps us sew the volunteers. And next, I'll call Alice. Alice Green. She also helps sew them on. And she and her husband had been coming to Oakwood to volunteer for how many years now? Probably over 15. But they are so involved in their community, she and her husband. Okay, yes, but you're just such a strong presence, it seems like forever. Yes. And this is just a dent on the many hands. Our residents from our nursing home obviously can't be here because of mobility issues and transportation, but we certainly have enjoyed having them hanging out Oakwood for a week prior to coming here. And they also have got to see the progress of us building the show with the rehearsals and getting the poppies sewn on. And of course, they've made so many. Is Patricia Andriani in the home? She's back there. She's back there. Yeah. But yes, Patricia, you're not up here. Patricia, she also is 900. I think you know the number exactly, but she has made so many poppies. You see, yeah, so big thank you to our wonderful volunteers. Thank you so much.
On May 23rd of this year, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police marked its 150th anniversary of service to the public and the security of our country. You know, that was just after I retired, so I missed the party. The National Police Federation is Canada's largest police union, proudly representing approximately 20,000 RCMP members, holding a variety of roles from general duty policing to federal criminal investigation, protective services, and much, much more. Tonight, we want to pay tribute to these men and women, both past and present, who have helped to serve our communities and protect the security of our country. We recognize their continued dedication and appreciate their acts of service. We also want to remember our fallen officers. May the sacrifices that they have made never be forgotten. We have many RCMP members present with us tonight. And although you've stood before, I ask you to stand again as we acknowledge your years of service in the RCMP. Former RCMP members, please stand. I recognize you this morning. thank you very much for your service. This next song will be performed by Donna Marilyn from Seaside FM. Donna has spent her entire career serving her country and community, joining the reserves in '76 and later the Canadian Forces in 1979. Donna served her country for 7 years before going on to a career in policing. Donna has worked in dispatch for HRM, the RCMP, HRP, Halifax Fire Services, and 911 for a total of 31 years. Tonight, she's going to pay tribute to the 150th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police with a meaningful performance of Wind Beneath My Wings. Ladies and gentlemen, Donna Marilyn.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory. You were the one with all the strength. Beautiful face without a name for so long. Beautiful smile to hide my name. You ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. I have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings.
music song written by Red Stewart and Ernest Tubb. In 1941, following the attack on Pearl Harbor, Red was drafted into the U.S. Army and sent to the South Pacific. While stationed there with the rank of sergeant, Red wrote A Soldier's Last Letter, which Ernest Tubb worked on and recorded in 1944, making it a #1 hit, staying at the top for 4 weeks out of a 7-month stay on the country charts. We would like to invite David McIntyre to perform this song for you tonight. David was born and raised in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. He enrolled in the Canadian Armed Forces in November of 1972. Originally an administrative clerk, he later trained and spent most of his career in the Air Force as an air traffic control officer, retiring with the rank of major. Over a career spanning 39 years and 9 months, he served in every province in Canada as well as with NATO in Europe. David makes his home in Mineville and spends much of his free time playing and entertaining at various seniors' residence and long-term care facilities. Please welcome to the stage, David McIntyre.
It was the last one from her darling boy. Dear Mom was away, then it started. I miss you so much, it went on. Mama, I did not know that I loved you so, but I'll prove it when this war is won. I'm writing this down in a trench bomb. Don't scold if it isn't so neat. The way that you did when I was a kid, and I'd come home with mud on my feet. Well, the captain just gave us our orders, and Mom, we will carry them through. And I'll finish this letter the first chance I get, but for now I'll just say I love you. Then the mother's old hands began to tremble as she fought against tears in her eyes, but they came unashamed, for there was no name, and she knew that her soldier had died. That night as she knelt by her bedside, and she prayed, Lord above, hear my plea. And Lord, protect all the sons who are fighting tonight. And dear God, keep old Canada free. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for that lovely performance. Doesn't he sound like Merle Haggard? Another faithful volunteer at Lakewood. But we want to say a big thank you to our audience, you people in the seats, for helping us pay tribute, while remembering together the many sacrifices made for our freedom. We could go to all this work and all this time to arrange this, but without people in the seats, the impact would not be the same. So a big applause to all of you for coming. We also want to say a big thank you to all our volunteer performers you saw on the stage tonight. Keyboard player Peter. He just wrote into this, but he's a student at Dalhousie and just volunteered at his time, busy with school, busy with his work, but made time to do such an important part for this show. Thank you, Caleb. And we will end the show with a familiar piece made popular by Vera Lynn, who is deemed the force's sweetheart, who captured the heart of a nation with her iconic songs. Her songs embody the soldier's longing for home and everyone's wish for war to end. May we continue to strive for peace in our world.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do. Till the blue skies drive them dark clouds far away. So won't you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark stuff far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that